Welcome to another Guide You Outdoors video. This next segment was filmed over 2 days. We're going to meet a lot of Appalachian thru-hikers, and they're not only going to tell us stories this time, but they're going to talk about different types of blazes, different types of hiking, and just general vocabulary that they use on the Appalachian Trail. So come along and join us.
Everybody has these trail names, and you kind of earn your trail names. And I met this young woman. She was hiking with her boyfriend, but she just looked like the kind of girl you see in like saddle shoes and bobby socks. Just this real innocent looking girl, maybe 20 something. And her trail name was Secret Lover. And I'm like, you have got to tell me how you got that name. Well, a lot of the shelters, especially down there, I think, are double. They have a bottom where you can sleep and a top where you can sleep. Well, she was sleeping up on the top, and in the morning a young man right below her wakes up to see a pair of panties lying on his chest, and he picked it up and he said, "Okay, who's my secret lover?" And everybody yelled out, "Trail name!" That's how she got her trail name. So I wasn't there to experience it, but I enjoyed the story, so I thought you would too. My trail name is Moonwatcher because I'm always talking about the stars in the sky.
I'm Carlos. I'm thru-hiking northbound. We're in the Whites.
My trail name's Euchre. I'm from Michigan. I just graduated from Michigan State. And I'm having a blast out here in the AT. It's been pretty spectacular. Definitely a good choice.
Yeah, I'm Happy Camper. That trail name is new to this trail. I love hiking. It gives me a lot of time to think. Gives you a lot of alone time with yourself, sort things out.
Alright, so I'm a dream weaver, weaving the dreams together, I guess.
My name is Oyster. I got it because of a general attitude, the world is my oyster.
I'm Nettle, and I'm hiking northbound. Sister, Briar.
Okay, my name's Slim.
Alright, I'm Gumby.
I'm Burp, and I'm a southbounder.
Alright, I'm Breezy. I'm a Sobo.
I'm Snow, and I got snow because my birthday at Katahdin, it was a blizzard up there. My hair was just icicles, and I was miserable, and the wind was blowing so fast. But someone came up top and intercepted me, but I guess I was still smiling, so I got Snow Angel.
Alright, it's Kool-Aid, and I got it because I'm not very subtle. I'm like subtle like the Kool-Aid guy.
I'm Mackenzie.
I'm Mike. We don't have trail names yet. This is our first day on the trail. We hiked about 100 feet in.
I don't see what the big deal is, honestly.
Yeah, it doesn't seem that hard. We're biking around the Northeast right now.
Yeah, my name is Breakless. I started with a friend on the approach trail in Georgia, and I reached the summit 2 hours before him, and he was asking me why and how, and I said, yeah, I didn't take a break, I just wanted to be done for the day, to have a longer break in the evening. And so he suggested the name Breakless. His trail name is Take It Easy.
And you're Breakless.
It's obviously that Take It Easy and Breakless are not the perfect couple, so we split off after 4 days at Neil's Gap, mile 30. But we are still in contact, so I know that he's now, I think, 150 miles behind me.
My name is Taco. The AT guide says that there is a Taco Bell in Hiawassee. So there's no Taco Bell in Hiawassee, and some little old woman, she was at least 100. She was just old as hell. She like walked up to me, and I was expressing my dismay to find out that there was no Taco Bell in Hiawassee. And she pointed her finger, she got it in my face, and she's like, "Well, that's it, you're Taco." Unless I have this name for something that just means nothing to me.
My name is Tim. I lied to everyone about my trail name. I do have one, but it's long and convoluted. I never tell anyone. It's actually Uncle Tornado Tim, the Lizard King of Detroit. So I go by Tim. I'm hiking northbound, and started from Georgia going to Maine.
I'm a through hiker going from Maine to Georgia, southbound.
Flip.
Flop.
Flip-flopping. There's no definitive place you have to start to do a flip-flop. I'd say the majority of people who are doing flip-flops start in the middle. After they've gone from Harper's Ferry to Maine, they'll come back to Harper's Ferry and go Harper's Ferry to Georgia.
Section hiking for me has been a contiguous series of hikes where I've always picked up where I left off the previous year.
Yeah, the white places are the obviously ones. They bring you to Katahdin, to Maine, or to Georgia, whatever, in which direction you want to follow them. Yeah, I don't like blue blazes. They make it easier. You cheat in my mind, so I'm a purist. I take every white blaze, but I don't take the blue blazes.
I guess I'd consider myself a purist.
Which means?
Which means that I hit like every white blaze, I pass every white blaze that I see, and every white blaze on the trail.
I mean, you follow the white blazes the whole way. There's thousands of them, tens of thousands probably. This is my third long distance hike. I hiked the PCT in 2012 and the CDT last summer.
No big deal.
So this is called the Triple Crown of long distance hiking, the 3 longest trails in America. Well,
The 3 most prominent.
yeah.
I'll explain to you a yellow blaze. When someone hops in a car and they skip sections of the trail and they follow like the yellow lines of the road. Some people really don't regard that as through hiking because you can't really through hike if you skip parts of the trail. So I kind of agree with that depending on how you look at it, depending on what kind of a hike you're doing. But you know, it's whatever. If you want a yellow blaze, that's your thing.
We're white blazing, right?
Yellow. Yeah,
Bike
white.
blazing.
Yeah, the bike lane is
Yeah,
white.
okay.
Right?
It's just the shoulder.
Yeah.
So we're white blazing. Isn't white blazing taken?
by the trail, but I mean it's bike culture, so you know
It's different
it's
culture.
totally
We'll
different.
just take what we want. It's cool.
Yeah, you just make what you want.
Yeah. But it's been really cool because I guess there's like trail magic on the AT, but like at the same time, I don't know, there are so many people who are so willing to help you out when they see that you're like doing something hard and that like they maybe want to live a little vicariously through. That's
Yeah,
really
totally.
cool. Like,
Someone pulled off the highway and fixed your shifter.
yeah, that was awesome. I have no idea how to fix my bike.
Yeah,
And,
me
like-
neither. I didn't even know how to take off my wheel.
Trail magic. Trail magic is something awesome that happens on the trail. It can be from, honestly, just like a hug from someone. I don't know, that's what I think. Or trail magic, like you come across the woods and there's fresh fruit and someone offers you some, what is this stuff called? Birch beer, which is so bomb.
How about a donut blaze that leads us to the donut shops on the trail? That would be nice. Nice little side hike to get a donut. Maybe some pizza blazes. And that kind of food, really.
Throughout New Jersey and New York, I was hopping from deli to deli, and I was calling that meat blazing. I thought that was kind of funny.
Nice.
We deli blazed through New Jersey, New York, Connecticut. One time, actually, there's a deli you can camp behind.
Stormville, New York.
Nice.
Don't miss it.
It's where you leave most of your gear in a certain place and you get a ride to the trailhead and hike basically without your full pack.
My last time slack packing, I bought more food for the day than I needed. So they had a special offer in one of the shops, buy one package of Twinkies and you get 2 for free. So I carried 3 packages of Twinkies and some other stuff, and then I gave it to the hikers. I was a hiking trail angel, so I snack packed on that day, not slack packing.
This is Jumper. Jumper. Yeah.
What's Jumper's favorite type of blazing? Squirrel blazing?
No, actually, I mean, he's actually porcupine, I would say. He's chased after like 2 or 3 porcupines.
He's gotten pricked by a porcupine back in New Jersey. Got 21 quills in his face. Had to take him to the vet.
There was a whole bunch. I mean, there was brown blazing we saw on the toilet we were just at a hiker's welcome.
Yeah.
They had a brown thing pointed on the toilet, you know.
Silk blazing. Silk blazing is defined as whoever gets up earliest in the morning, leaves camp, and hikes the trail and catches all of the spiderwebs along the trail. Like, that happens. Ideally, you want somebody really tall to leave the shelter at 5 o'clock in the morning. So then the rest of you are good to go.
Aqua blazing is when you take a water source instead of walking.
Can you describe what pink blazing is?
We've got it.
What's that, man? Hunting women, man.
Have you been pink blazed before?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and now I'm hiking with them. It was funny because originally I was hiking with a sunflower and a honey bear, and so in the trail logs I would sign snow, sunflower, and honey bear. But honey bear's a guy, but people didn't know that, so they were pink blazing for honey bear. So when they finally caught up to us, they were kind of disappointed.
Trail goggles? How about the term trail goggles?
I don't know.
You know that?
I haven't heard that one.
Trail goggles is, you're almost attracted to him no matter what, because you got these, you've been in the woods, so you like go to Walmart and every woman is hot, you know? You're like, whoa, look at that.
Yeah, my story is I met this gentleman at Allentown Hut in Pennsylvania, and he was 80 years old, and he told me that he met Earl Schaefer when he was 13 years old at Allentown Hut. Earl Schaefer is the first man to thru-hike the AT. And so he was kind of doing it on the anniversary, you know, on that day. My hat's off to him. I mean, the gear was crude, you know. I think it was a lot of road walking in those days, that the routes probably changed a lot.
Yeah.
And I think he got a lot of help, you know. I think he hiked it 3 or 4 times, and for a while he was not only the first, but he was also the oldest to ever hike it too. I think that didn't last too long, but yeah.
He's the first trail celebrity, right?
Yeah, I think so. And you know, his story's kind of neat. I think he had like shell shock really bad from the war, and so he was kind of doing it to like get right again, you know.
I met a fella after we were going to get some ice cream, and then first time I met him, he had a plastic bag in his hand, and I was kind of thinking, oh, that's kind of interesting. I don't usually see people carrying trash bags around. So after a minute, he pulls out a groundhog. He hunted a groundhog on the trail. So that was a bit of a shocker, I have to say. I didn't expect that. A lot of people were pretty offended, but yeah, it was the wildest thing I think I've seen. He ended up cooking it that night, and he put it in his north side. That kid, he sleeps in like a Earl Schaefer style tarp. Just cowboy camps every day, no sleeping bag.
There was this guy, his name was Bismarck, and he's been hiking the trail for like the past 5 years or something, but he was just arrested at trail days.
He embezzled $9 million from PepsiCo while he worked there.
Yeah,
and he's, I believe he's accused of
murdering his wife
via arson of his house. Yeah, I guess she found out too much is what we think, but we'll see. He was on the top 25 white collar crimes FBI list. So he was just out here hiking the trail with a big old beard. No big deal.
Big old beard and an alias. Just like all of us.
We were sitting in mountain crossings with a bunch of people, and that was where I met Bismarck. He was a really nice guy. He had come to mountain crossings because I guess he was posted up doing trail magic somewhere, and the weather was just too bad, so he wanted to get out. And he brought all this food, mountain crossings, and like a couple cases of beers. And we were sitting there talking with him for a while. And Baltimore Jack comes down, and he said they were changing their alcohol policy, which is fair enough if that's the case, but he told us all to just grab a handful of beers, and those would be our beers for the day. So, you know, everybody's grabbing 3 or 4 beers, whatever they can. And Bismarck's doing the same thing. Baltimore Jack's going to check with the owner, and, you know, maybe I'll come back with your beers in a little while. And it was like 6 hours later, Baltimore Jack comes down, like, stumbling. He's just hammered. He just drank all of our shit. But Bismarck and I were, you know, I was asking him, picking his brain about the trail. You find out, you know, somebody's thru-hiked that many times, you kind of try and get some advice or something out of him, you know, what do you have for me? He saw I was wearing my poncho when I walked in. He had a lot to ask about the Frog Dogs poncho. He was very, you know, this guy ends up being worth $9 million or something. He's all interested in my $20 Walmart poncho. I didn't know Frog Dogs made a poncho. That's cool.
Any clue how they caught him?
I mean, there's multiple stories. I was told he's a, I don't have the cover to mine anymore, or I'd show you, but the AT guide, the David Miller AWOL guide, he's like the first contributor in there.
Mhm.
Bismarck and Hopper, his lady friend. And I was told that there was a picture of him like with David Miller that made its way onto Facebook, and that someone in the South had been watching the episode of American Greed on Bismarck and recognized the picture and him, and that was supposedly how word got out.
Where are you from?
Germany, obviously, like my accent. Yeah, normally when I go to towns, I don't stay in motels or hostels. I try to do couch surfing. And one of my couch surfing moms in Connecticut, she made that sign for me and sent it to me on the trail 1 week later, because I told her that it's sometimes hard to get a ride, especially if you are a guy with a long beard, because people think you are homeless. So she made the sign, and it's very easy since that point to get a ride.
Warm showers. Yeah.
So you set that up like couch surfing? Is that like a...
Yeah, it's just like you set up an account and then you like have a map and you email people. And there are a lot of hosts, and it's like, you know, they know you're on a bike tour, so they know what you want, like a shower for one.
That's awesome. All right. Well, actually, last night was pretty cool.
Last night was pretty cool.
Yeah, last night was definitely pretty cool. We were in Warren, and we were at Hiker's Welcome, and we went on a food run, and we got to the gas station, met some people who wanted to take us to a lake and chill out there, so we ended up going out there and kind of started a fire on the other side of the lake, and I canoed at night, which was sweet, you know, because I love the water. So we just kind of canoed down. Supposed to keep this PG? Just to say there was some party favors, and it was a pretty fun night. So, yeah.
Yeah, so we actually had an incident with him running away. He was gone for 6 days total, and I was right in Stratton, Maine. We had just got on the trail, and he got the scent of something. I waited there for like 3 hours, I want to say. And then I got texts saying that they heard howling up the trail. So I ended up chasing that down. I was hiking till like 11:30 at night and didn't find it. I set up camp where I thought like the text had come in from. He never came in, and then from there was no service. It was just basically chasing down leads. As soon as I got on Facebook, there was like 200 shares from like here to California, and like multiple lost dogs, all these Facebook pages, tons of likes. It was crazy. There was like hundreds of likes on some of them, like keeping the updates going and all like the sightings of potential dogs and stuff like that. But yeah, 6 days later they found, because of just Trail Gems putting flyers up on like, I don't know, it was like something like 50 miles of trail. So he had gotten snagged. That's why he didn't come back. He's usually back in like 15 minutes. He gets the nose going. But he came back and the inside of his legs all jacked up still, kind of, because he had to chew out of his pack.
When I was in between Antlers campsite and Mary Jo Road in the 100 Mile in northern Maine, a peregrine falcon. Well, first I heard a whole bunch of squawking, and I looked around to see where the squawking was coming from, and it was getting louder, and I turned my head to the right, and just as I did that, I saw this huge bird coming down, and it crashed into my forehead and left a huge scratch there.
Oh, wow.
And I looked up, and the bird was just, it had flown up into a tree to my left, and it was just staring at me, continuing its squawking. And then that's how I got dive bombed by a peregrine falcon.
Once I defiled some sacred alpine vegetation. I was walking across the top of a mountain, don't remember which one, and Saddleback. I just passed an elderly couple. She told me her husband's trail name was also Gumby because he does stupid stuff sometimes. I kicked a rock. I stumbled past a sign that said, "Stay off the alpine vegetation," and I put my face in it. I slid a little bit. But the rest of the mountain's fine. I had headphones in, I was walking down the trail, and I moved over onto the alpine vegetation so someone else would come through. And she was like, "Get off the alpine vegetation!" And I couldn't really hear, so I was like, "Yeah, I know, right? It's ridiculous." I just kept walking.
I was avoiding a rattlesnake in the middle of the path in the
That's a big
Shenandoah.
rattlesnake.
Very big rattlesnake,
Aggressive.
rattling. And I was keeping an eye on it and going around it, and I hit myself in the eye with a tree branch.
Watch
While
out,
avoiding a
rattlesnakes are
rattlesnake.
dangerous.
And
You
I
might
could not
poke-
see with that eye for about 2 days.
You might poke your eye out.
I had this one experience while hiking. I was really pissed off because my ankle was just killing me. I fell really bad in the 100-mile wilderness, and it's just been giving me a really hard time. So I threw off my pack, threw my poles over, and I sat down, and I was going to take some Advil, and I'm like not about taking pills or whatever, but I'm like, nope, I need it. And then this bird flew down and sat right on my bag, and it just looked at me. I'm like, oh my gosh, and it just like instantly, pain was just gone. And so then I got out some bread, and I held it on my hand, and it just dropped right in my hand and just sat there and just looked at me and ate the food, and it was, I don't know, I didn't need any medicine after that. Natural magic can be so healing.
One second we're in the woods and we're tired and hot and there are bugs and our feet hurt, and then a few days ago and somewhere in Vermont, within the span of 15 minutes, we were sitting on the edge of someone's claw-footed bathtub soaking our feet in Epsom salts in their 115-year-old home. Just kind of looked at each other and thought, how did this happen? You know?
Yeah, you just never know what to expect. We were just walking down the road looking for a place to stay, and this guy just comes out of nowhere. It's like, "Hey, want to stay in my barn?" Yeah, of course we do.
Mm-hmm.
And this, 100-year-old barn, he's got this huge loft that he's got outfitted for hikers with couches.
My name is Raymond. I'm from Germany, and I'm through hiking Nubo. I started March 31st. And I think in around about 20-25 days I should be on Katahdin. I'm interested in hiking since 15 years. But that means in Germany with my buddies, so only on a weekend, 2 days, 3 days, or for a week. Also in Sweden or Norway, but only for a week. Yeah, but a few years ago I decided, okay, I'm around about 30, so now or never, and best decision ever. Nice. Hike the AT. It's highly recommended.
That tastes good, eh? On the top of a mountain.